Hi everybody, it's Derek from Ada Community Library, and welcome back to Coder Dojo. We are now in week 10, the final week of our summer series, and we have a new project to do today, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this week's project is titled Dancing Panda, and in this project we're going to go ahead and get back into some machine learning concepts and actually apply that in the Scratch project that we're building. And if you remember, we did machine learning in a project a couple weeks ago, and this one is going to involve using your computer's webcam in order to take photos for some facial expressions that we're going to use in the Scratch project. So before we get started, you want to make sure that you do have a webcam on the computer that you're using. Normally webcams are, if you look at your monitor screen, along the top edge of above the screen, you should see some type of little camera eye or something up there if you have a webcam. So I'd say go ahead and make sure you have a webcam if you're not sure already, and then come back and you can start the project. So also in today's project, a lot of the coding is already done with what we're going to preload. We're going to have some files that we're going to preload. But there will be some if-then statements and some variables, and those concepts we should already be familiar with from our previous projects. And then other code that will already be in the Scratch project that we're going to load into our Scratch account. A lot of that code you'll be able to look at and be able to understand what's going on if you've been working on our projects this summer already. Okay, so let's go ahead and have everybody log in here. We're going to actually go over to the Machine Learning for Kids website, which is based out of the UK, and it's a great kid-friendly teaching system for machine learning. Okay, so if you want to pause video here and get this web address down and brought up on your computer, go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and switch out and go over to that Machine Learning for Kids website and bring that back up here. Alright, and so you should be seeing this when you go to that web address. Something about teaching a computer to play a game, and then some other buttons and a menu. So what you're going to want to do here is actually create an account with this site like you did with Scratch, and it is free and it is for kids. So you know, if you need to check with your parents before you create an account, go ahead and do that. But I've used this in a couple different programs in the past at the library, and we've had good success with it. So if you click on the Get Started blue button down here, what we can do is go in there and create that account. Alright, so there's a sign up here option. Or if you're already registered, if you did the last project with us and already have an account, you can just log in. So I'm going to go ahead and, of course, if you need to create an account, I would pause the video again here and go ahead and do the sign up with Machine Learning for Kids, and then come back and unpause the video and can continue on. Okay, so assuming you have your login for Machine Learning for Kids, let's go ahead and click on the login, and we'll get into our account. Excuse me. Okay, so once you log in, you should see this screen. And then what we're going to want to do here is, before we get into the building the project, we're going to download a worksheet. So if you go up here to the main menu and worksheets, okay, and these are just a bunch of cool machine learning projects. And again, machine learning is when we're teaching the computer to recognize certain things. That could be an image, it could be text, that kind of thing. All right, and then we're going to do coding in order to have the computer put its knowledge that we build into it into practice. So go ahead and scroll down and look for Shy Panda. Okay, and once you find Shy Panda here, you'll want to click the download button there. Okay, and then you can just click download project worksheet. And then you can just find that on in the folder where your downloads are. And I would just open that worksheet up and just keep that on one of the tabs on your web browser there. Okay, so this is I'm going to walk us through the steps for a project. Okay, and this is going to include taking some photos of yourself. If you need to check with your parents on that before you do that, please go ahead and do that. But just know that this is for your Scratch project, and we're not putting it on the internet or anything like that. So, all right. So these are the steps that we're going to do in the project today, and I'm actually not going to be able to go through all the steps with you. As you can see right now, I'm filming myself on this with my webcam on my computer, but I also need a webcam in order to take photos and put it into our project, and I learned earlier that I can't do both at the same time. So I'd like to help you guys get started on this, and then let you guys take this and lead yourself through this project using this worksheet, okay? Which is pretty straightforward. I will talk for a few more minutes before I cut you loose to do that though. So I'm going to go back over here and back to the Machine Learning for Kids website and just help you get started here on the first step. So what you're going to want to do after you download the worksheet is go to Projects here in the main menu. Okay, and as you can see here, I have a couple projects already in my account. I have Shy Panda, and I just deleted the other one. So what you're going to want to do is click on Add a New Project over here. Okay, then you should see this screen, and you don't have to choose Whole Class Project. You don't have to check that box. You will want to give your project a name, so you can name it whatever you want, but just know that it's going to involve a dancing animated panda that's going to stop or start dancing based off of what it's seen. And I'll just give you an idea here of what that is. It's going to be this is going to be the project, and then this window over here on the right is where the images that you take of yourself are going to appear. And then when those images appear, the panda is either going to keep dancing or stop dancing based off of whether you're looking or not, because he's kind of a shy panda. Hence the name, right? Okay, so after you've named your project, you're going to want to choose what kind of recognition it's going to be, and it's going to be image recognition. Okay, and then you can scroll down and click Create. Alright, so now I have two projects here. I have Shy Panda and I have Panda Dancing. So what you're going to want to do now is go in here and click. I'm going to click on the Panda Dancing here because this is the one I just created. And then you're going to want to, it's going to take you to this screen for Train, Learn, and Test, and Make. And this is where we're doing the machine learning. We're teaching the computer to recognize images. So we're going to go over here first to Train. And then you have an instruction here to create a bucket, and this is going to hold your photos. Okay, so click on Add a New Label, and then you're going to want to name, you're going to want to create two of these, and one's going to be for pictures of you looking, and then the other one is going to be not looking. Okay, so after you create these two containers where your photos, your images are going to be put, then you can go down here to webcam and take photos of yourself looking. Alright, so how is that going to look? So I'm going to go back into the project here, and I'm going to go to the one that I did earlier just so you can see what you're going for. Okay, so this is what you're going for. Is you want to take 10 pictures of yourself looking, and you can see I did those of me there. And then 10 photos of you not looking, covering your face, and so on. Okay, and then after you have all those photos taken, then you can go back out of the project and go over to the Learn and Test button here in the middle. Okay, and Learn and Test is where basically the computer is going to process all your images and learn what looking and not looking looks like based off of those two containers that you created. Okay, so we're going to skip this step now because I'm not able to do it. My webcam is already in use as I'm recording this video for you, so you can go ahead and do the Learn and Test and pause the video here if you want and do that. Or if you want to just continue on, I'm just going to talk another minute here and then let you go to it. So the last step is going to be Make, and then you click on that. This is where we're going to go into the Scratch 3 interface. Alright, and this screen here just tells us basically that it's going to log in these new blocks, recognize image blocks. Okay, so if you want to read through that, you can, and then you can click on just go straight into Scratch. Okay, and this is going to take us back to familiar territory with Scratch. And note that up here in the web address it says Machine Learning for Kids. Okay, so even though it's the Scratch interface, we're still on the Machine Learning for Kids website. Okay, and then what you're going to want to do next is go to Project Templates right here on the main menu. Project Templates. When you click on that, we're going to want to go ahead and load in those blocks of code, those new blocks of code. So you want to scroll down and look for the Shy Panda. And when you do, there's a lot of projects in here, pretty cool. Here's Shy Panda. And then the Shy Panda blocks and graphic files are going to load into the Scratch interface. Okay, so it looks like it's already done for you, but basically all this code down here is just doing the animation and turning your webcam video camera on when you start your Scratch program. Okay, so this code here is done, but what's not done yet is this code up here. Okay, you can see here we have a function and we have this other block. And when you go through the worksheet, this Shy Panda worksheet, this is going to tell you about how to add those extra blocks into what's already there for you. Okay, and it's pretty quick. Most of the coding is already done, so you can follow these steps to get the blocks of code in, and then these are the steps for taking the photos, and then you can go ahead and run it here and test it. Okay, here's the code that you want to add right here. All right. And then after you get that code added, you'll be able to actually run this program and test out that panda in your photos. Okay, so so that's pretty much it. I wish I could go through the project with you, but my webcam can only do one task at a time. And right now it's recording my video, and I can take pictures of me also. So I'd like to leave you guys there with that, and I think this is a fun project. And machine learning is something that's all around us today. You know, we have, for example, you know, our phones recognize our fingerprints when we're trying to unlock the phone screensaver. There's, you know, Netflix and Amazon learn our preferences for movies we watch and music we listen to, and makes suggestions based off of what it's learning as a machine that we like. And there's so many more examples of machine learning in everyday life. So this is a good way to get your feet wet and do some machine learning in a fun way, and just get a better understanding of how it really works. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and go back out of here, and then we're going to just wrap up for today. And I'd just like to thank you guys for coming and joining me this summer here in Coder Dojo and doing these projects, and I hope you had fun and learned a lot, or even learned a little bit. You know, coding might be something that you want to do for a job someday, or it might just be something you're curious about. it's all right to have other interests. So if you want to do previous projects from the summer, we have this link here on Ada Community Library's YouTube channel. And thank you again for joining us this summer. And we will be starting a new coding class virtually at Ada Community Library in September. So look for that. That'll be coming up soon. You can check our library website, Ada Community Library, or check one of our online calendars or newsletters. Okay, so take care, everybody, and thanks again, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.